Alright, welcome to the Thrive in 30 Challenge, where you and I are going to be taking massive steps towards improving both the quality of your health and the quality of your life. Throughout these 30 days, you and I are going to use the same principles and strategies that make you a badass inside the gym and apply them when and where it really counts, because we both know that the real workout starts when you leave the gym. You're going to be joining myself, Coach Carl, the creator of this challenge, and the amazing Mind Over Body Bootcamp as we work together towards discovering, defining, and ultimately declaring the best version of yourself the only way we can. One workout at a time and one set at a time. One day at a time and one step at a time. Now let's get started. Why? This is the one word that changed my life. I already mentioned Simon Sinek's TED Talk on starting with why, and how that was one of the 2 videos that pushed me over the edge to quit my job. But here's the thing. I agree 100% with Simon on the fact that if you don't know your why, you'll never achieve the results you're looking for. But I've come to learn that there's so much more than meets the eye when it comes to why. Yes, it is incredibly important to know why you do what you do, but my life has taught me something no one ever really talks about. Why not? As in, why don't we do the things that we know will improve our lives? Why do people avoid exercise and proper nutrition when their lives literally depend on it? Why do people stay in marriages and relationships that are so far from what they truly want? Why do people find it so hard to just be themselves and stop wearing masks from the moment they wake up every single morning? And why do people work 40 plus hours a week in a job that delivers more stress than fulfillment? These questions remind me of a silly story from my childhood. When I was little, like most kids, I hated cleaning my room. So I just never did. No matter how much my dad threatened me, I just left my room a mess because I really didn't care. Sure, to please my parents, I would kick everything under the bed to create the illusion of a clean room, but cleaning my room while it was a weekly chore was more of an annual extravaganza. Now, if you knew my dad, you knew he was really good at handing out threats. But those threats got especially nasty and creative when my parents were having company over. There was just something about having people see how messy my room was that set him off. I didn't give 2 shits about it, but he definitely gave a lot of shits about it. But since I was never really that good at following orders, something I've never really shaken, the next thing you knew, the doorbell was ringing. And I would race down the hall to close my door so that the company could not see the state of my room. The disaster area, as it came to be known. And this seemed like a perfectly logical solution to me. The company would walk down the hall past my room, and all they could see is a closed door. They had no idea what kind of mess was on the other side. This was a perfectly acceptable solution to me. But little did I know at the time, my dad was actually trying to teach me one of the most important lessons of my life. I thought that my dad would be happy that the company didn't see the disaster area of my room, and that he would just let it go after they were gone. But he didn't let it go, because whether the company saw it or not, the fact of the matter was that my room was still a disaster area. And no matter how much I kicked things under the bed or how many times I closed my door so I couldn't see the mess, it was going to stay that way until I cleaned it up myself. Looking back on it, I realized that I was creating a habit that still haunts me to this day. A habit that is haunting you and every person you know. This is the other part of the why that no one ever talks about. So let me ask you those questions again. Why do people avoid exercise and proper nutrition when their lives literally depend on it? Why do people stay in marriages and relationships that are so far from what they truly want? Why do people find it so hard to just be themselves and stop wearing masks from the moment they wake up? And why do people work 40 plus hours a week in a job that delivers more stress than fulfillment? Never mind other people. Why are you doing any of that? Why are you kicking things under the bed and hiding them instead of cleaning them up? Why are you closing the door and leaving a mess in any or every area of your life? One word: denial. You're totally in denial of just how bad things really are. I'm speaking from experience, so trust me, you are not alone. From pretty much the moment we are born, we're taught to avoid pain as much as possible. When we're babies and we started crying, someone picked us up and told us everything will be okay. When we were still too young to talk and we would be on the verge of tears, our parents would distract us with a stuffed animal and try to make us laugh to keep us from crying. When we were a little older and we'd fall down and bang our head or knee or our elbow, someone would tell us just to rub it in order to distract us from the pain. When we become adults and break up with our partner, lose our job, or don't get that promotion, the people who supposedly love us the most would tell us anything just to make us feel better. Our entire lives spent being conditioned to avoid pain at all costs. Well, I don't know if you've noticed, But given that the majority of the population is overweight or obese, the fact that most marriages are either dead or end in divorce, that stress is now thought to be the #1 health risk in the world, and that more than 80% of people don't love what they do, the whole rub it solution hasn't been working too well. Just for a second, imagine what your level of fitness would be like if every single time you came to one of my classes, that the moment I saw you were in any kind of pain whatsoever, I ran over to you and immediately told you to stop. Is that what you work out for? Is that what's going to get you results? Hell no. Me kicking your ass is what you came for. You diving into the pain is what gets you results. So since you already know what works inside the gym works outside the gym, why are you not doing the same thing outside the gym as you do inside the gym? Again, one word: denial. Well, my friend, that shit stops right here and right now. Here's what I'm going to invite you to do right now. Task number 1, stop fucking lying. Write down the area of the prep work in which you have been rubbing it. Specifically, I want you to take a solid minute or two and address each area of the prep work one by one by asking yourself these questions. Question number 1, is this how I pictured my life being in this area? Question number 2, when I feel pain in this area, do I normally address it or do I deny it? Question number 3, if the people I love are in pain, do I immediately try to make them feel better? Question number 4, do I let the potential, which is imagined, pain of change keep me from creating change in my life? Task number 2 is to get real and get honest. Just one more question for you. Referring back to your living eulogy, the person you described yourself as being in that statement, the person you know you are meant to be and can be, would that person keep denying the truth and avoid the pain? Or would they get real and honest so that they could live that truth? Working out isn't easy. Every single set you need to push yourself through the pain. How is life outside the gym any different? Stop denying the truth of where you are, face the pain, and trust that just like in the gym, you have no choice but to become stronger because of it. So again, task number 1 is to stop fucking lying. Task number 2 is to get real and get honest. Tomorrow we're going to dive into another sub-level of the why so that you can get crystal clear on what's waiting for you. Because the moment you stop denying your pain is the moment you stop denying yourself. We got this. Thanks again for joining me and being brave enough to accept the Thrive in 30 challenge. But just remember that regardless of how many times it is said, knowledge is not power. Knowledge is only potential power, and it is up to you to complete these tasks, apply the knowledge you learn here, and ultimately take small yet transformative steps towards creating the life you want for you and the people you love. Just like in the gym, if you want to be stronger, if you want to be healthier, if you want to feel better about who you are, no matter how hard things may seem in the moment, just remember that you only have to do something once to know you can do it again, and that whatever pain you have to endure, at the end of the day, the truth cannot be denied. And that truth is that you are worth it. We got this.